Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Bites Weekly Show. As always, I'm your host, DC, and I also have my best buddy, Ketsoren, over here with me,
That's me.
per usual. We have an awesome show for you guys tonight. On the second half of the show, we're bringing on writer and artist Ray Coffman of Araura. Yeah, great book, great series that he has. We're going to bring him on and talk about it and stuff he's been working on and all that. He's got some exciting stuff, and we've got a little something to show you as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're here. We made it to episode 8 miraculously.
I'm for it. I'm for it. Let's keep going.
And we're only 2 followers away from 50, which would all but make us a Twitch affiliate. So that would be absolutely incredible if you could tell your friends and get us 2 more. That'd mean a lot to us. But I mean, we'll do it organically. We're not going to beg for followers too much.
I'm not above begging.
Just a little bit, but Kit Soren, how are you tonight? We got a few things to talk about up front too, but how are you tonight?
Oh my god, I'm great, man. I'm looking forward to the show. Obviously, I think that we have some really good things to talk about. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to Wednesdays now. Of course, I look forward towards Wednesdays because Frog Day. But
Wednesday, my dude.
But yeah.
Okay.
Let's kick it off.
All right, let's do it to it, I guess. Let's get right into it. Well, first I just want to say I hate McDonald's. I hate eating there. I always feel like a big piece of shit when I eat there, but when
God, were you just earlier this year saying the whole adult
No, that was cool.
Happy Meals.
That was cool and like a cool gimmick, but I really hate eating there. I hate how I feel afterwards. I got kids and they love it, so like I have to cuz I'm hungry. But god dang, I just fucking hate McDonald's. All right.
I don't know. Just as a little response, I can go for those chicken nuggets. So
chicken nuggets.
That 20 piece is gonna fill me so good.
Okay, good to know. So
everybody buy me some 20-piece McNuggets.
Maybe we can prank you next year and just send you a bunch of nuggies.
Just a bunch of nuggets, just in a whole bin.
We'll DoorDash you like 80 orders of the 50 count.
I'll eat
nuggies.
Them. And I'll hate myself, but I will eat them.
Oh God. We could get off the rails real quick here, but this is our first show of 2023. So why don't we start off the show by talking about what we are most looking forward to in 2023?
Ooh, like, are we just talking about like anything or like movies, shows?
Let's keep it entertainment related.
Spider-Man.
Okay. Across the Spider-Verse?
Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Spider-Man. I am so looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's A1 for me for sure.
Yep. I can't wait.
I've got a master list of entertainments right now on the banana shell that's pinned, where I just went through like each month to month video games, movies, TV shows, and anime. What's coming out. It's a pretty big list already, but if I missed anything that's important, please let me know, members, and I'll throw her on there. And while we're talking about this, chat, let us know what you're looking most forward to in 2023 entertainments wise. Yeah, so that's A1 for me as well, for sure, but even like there's just a lot. Even January is a loaded month. I mean, we've got The Last of Us TV show, which I'm super looking forward to, which is like next week, which is wild.
Yep.
We've got the Fire Emblem game, the new one coming out for the Switch, which is one of my favorite series. Love Fire Emblem, coming out right around my birthday, which is great for me. There's a couple movies that I want to say that come out this month too that I wanted to see, but it escapes me right now. Huh. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot to look forward to this year. I will say it up front, it feels like it's like top heavy so far. I don't think there's a lot announced yet for the rest of the year that I'm really looking forward to yet, but I'm sure there'll be some hype stuff that's down the road.
Yeah, there's going to be some cool things that are just going to be popping up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt. Is that all you're looking forward to though? Just Spider-Verse
Yeah,
across the Spider-Verse?
honestly, like yeah, honestly, that's I have been waiting, and I'm thrilled. I love Miles Morales.
Me too.
Um,
What about
so that is the biggest like number one thing. I want to see it now.
okay, what about the Super Mario movie?
I mean, it looks fun,
I think it looks
but I'm
really
not
good.
nearly as excited.
What about like any of the Marvel product projects uh that are on the horizon, like the Quantum Realm movie, Quantumania?
Ant-Man and
Yeah,
Wasp, Quantumania.
yeah.
Um, mm, I'm kind of burnt out a little bit with Marvel. However, was Moon Knight announced for 2023 at all for a second season?
I don't think so yet. I not for 2023. I think it's in the works. I think they greenlit it, but yeah, I don't think it's definitely not this year. What about Mandalorian? The new season comes out in the spring, so that's
I am
exciting.
I am looking forward. So I am looking forward to, obviously not this year that we know of, Moon Knight season two. I loved it. I just recently watched it, as a matter of fact, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, yeah.
Mandalorian. I am looking forward to it. Vox Machina. I am looking forward to Vox Machina
Oh
season
yeah,
two.
yeah. That looks
Yep.
good.
Invincible season two should be maybe dropping this year.
Finally,
So I
yeah.
am
I expect that to
totally
be
in.
like summer, like it debuted 2 years ago, 3 years
Yeah.
ago at this point. God dang, it's been feels like forever.
Crazy. Yeah.
Honestly, one of the best season ones of anything I've ever watched, like hands
Oh my
down.
god.
Is
I
absolute
totally
perfect.
agree.
Absolutely perfect.
Dude, I watched that like back to back. Like I watched it all the way through, and then I watched it again right after. And it was so good.
It felt
So
like that
good.
there was like no hype around it either until it ended, and people were like, "Oh shit, this is what this show's
Mm-hmm.
about." And then it got
Yep.
hype, and then nothing for years, and now here we are, finally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I'd say Across the Spider Verse A1. That's like AB,
I would agree. Yeah,
and then
absolutely. I
Fire Emblem for me is like a 1C.
when
Okay, 1C. Uh, I'm really hyped for that. And The Last of Us is probably two.
two
Yeah,
number
just
two.
just number two.
Pick number two, my lord.
Number two. Uh, there's a lot that I'm forgetting. I know that I am. Uh,
Oh yeah,
so
me
I want to
too. I
skim.
don't even have that list up, that master list that you made, which was a very good list.
Well, I'm gonna touch on the winter anime and well, not anime coming out this year, just winter because we don't really know what comes out until halfway through the season of anime that you're currently on for the next season.
Hmm.
So we'll cover winter anime by itself here in a minute because it's extensive. There's a lot of anime that's already started for 2023, the winter anime season, and a lot that are about to come out that fire. But let's see. Just gonna skim through the first half of the list here and see if I can. Oh God.
The chat is saying, by the way, John, of course, our number one fan. Thank you.
Hey,
Also, I hate
John.
him at the moment.
Oh
He
no,
says, Dustin,
turmoil.
ask her about her husbando.
Husbando.
Yeah, I have a husbando now. He bought me a waifu.
Oh, let's go.
So now I have a waifu.
You
I
have
don't
a
know what
body
it is.
pillow?
I have a body pillow.
Please go
Yeah.
get it.
It doesn't have like the stuffing in it. So it's
Ah,
just I haven't put that stuff in.
mm.
But yeah, I'll send a picture, and then
You got to show it
maybe
off next week.
next week you guys can see my husbando.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm hyped for that.
Oh yeah, and what's his face that plays Drax is he's
This is
not
his
gonna play
last
Drax
project.
anymore. Yep.
Yeah, his last project. Which are they going
Mm-hmm.
to kill him off? Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen yeah, for sure. Jujutsu Kaisen's a big one. I'm going to assume that's Jin. What's up, Jin? Demon Dogs. Uh yeah.
Hello, Jen.
What's up, Jen? Well, we'll talk about you here in a minute, okay? You wait your turn,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Stop telling
Uh,
me psych.
of course, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, so Breath of the Wild too. Okay, huge. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo 4 also huge for me. Really freaking hyped about that game. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I'm cautiously optimistic about, to be honest. Let's see what else. There's like, oh, Starfield, which we don't know when it's going to come out. Which, by the way, we'll touch on that just briefly here because that's on our list to talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
Starfield is apparently still going to be first half of 2023, is what they're saying. Which I don't see how they're going to do it. That game looks freaking massive. I really don't know how they're going to launch it that quickly. I mean, they've showed some trailers and stuff off, but it's a very ambitious game, and to say they're going to release that first half of this year, like, I don't want it to be rushed and broken, but to be honest, Bethesda is notorious for that anyway. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
super hyped for that. I'm actually going to take like an extended weekend. I'm going to take some time off just to play that game. So
Nice.
yeah,
I
I'm
love it.
very excited for
Uh,
that.
John said Destiny 2 Lightfall.
Ooh, yeah, okay,
Mm-hmm.
nice. DLC expansion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Another one, of course.
yeah. Um, but yeah, lots of stuff down the pike here. Uh, the Little Mermaid live action, which looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Beetle movie, which I have like zero expectations for, to be honest.
Blue Beetle is pretty cool though.
As a character, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't know what to think of the DCEU right now in general. And like that's still the old hand that produced and launched that movie, the old guard, and they just weren't in a good place with their universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I worry about that.
Just kind of speaking of DC, this is kind of like a big thing right now that I just saw in like the last day. Joker is pregners,
Yeah,
pregnant.
I have no idea why or how or I don't know. It just seems bizarre and out of left field to me, but I mean, whatever. It's the
he
Joker. He's a weirdo.
well, the gist that I understand of it is that he gives birth, and by birth I mean puking, and pukes up like a little mini me.
Oh my god.
So
What is DC Comics doing? I don't,
DC is just like, you know what? Let's do the pregnors and
they're
the
just
throws
like,
up.
all right, so Marvel is weird on a celestial and universal level, and like let's get weird just at a weird level.
Yeah. Yep.
They're just embracing it.
That sounds sounds right.
Whatever, I guess. I haven't read very many DC comics lately. I'm mostly a Marvel guy, anyway. But I used to read The Flash and Batman all the time. I've not picked up one in like probably 2 years. Um,
I haven't picked up a comic in quite a while, other than Invincible, just to reread it.
okay. Well, there just hasn't been many
Yeah.
DC comics in general that have the premises that have interested me. I thought the Justice League run a few years back was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like that was like
With the lenticulars that they had.
right after like the New 52. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I felt like the New 52 divided the fan base a little bit. There was people that loved it, like me. I thought New 52 was fantastic, and I loved the direction they were going. It was felt grounded and like back to the old school.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people that hated it. They're like,
Yep.
no, we need to move forward. We don't need to go backwards. I'm like, yeah, but you're just eliminating like why people love DC Comics to begin with if you do that.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
don't know.
That's about the time that I was working in the comic shop, and yeah, I remember that was a whole stink. Like, if you like the New 52, then you suck. Like, that
Hmm.
was like a whole discussion in the comic book world. Very weird.
Super
It's
weird.
like, hey, you enjoy it, like, cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
be
know.
inclusive.
I thought the New 52 was great. I
Mm-hmm.
really like that era of comics for DC, and I really haven't liked much since, other than like
Mm-hmm.
Justice League and some Batman and some Flash. Godspeed was a great concept for the Flash, terribly executed. It just ended, and like he's easily defeated, even though he's like the fastest speedster we've seen. I okay.
Okay. Well, that's
Whatever.
it.
Yeah, that's it. And then a couple other movies I want to mention real quick, and then we'll move on to the next topic. The Dungeons and Dragons movie, of course. and then Dune Part 2. So that's a
I
huge
still
one.
haven't seen Dune.
Oh, Cat Soren. You need to watch it on like a 4K TV at least. So just to fully appreciate the immaculateness. Is that a word?
Immaculateness. It can be now.
uh what's the word I'm looking for there? How immaculate it actually is, like that world, and uh it really is immersive and well written and graphically just absolutely stunning. So definitely watch it. One of the best movies of 2021, I believe it was, or was it 2020? I can never
I don't know.
remember. I
I
think it
want
was
to say
2020. I
2021.
think it was 2021. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
for sure, watch it. Nothing else in the chat as far as
Just while we're kind of like talking about like old and new stuff,
yeah.
I watched Willow, the movie, in the 1988, 1988,
Okay.
and then I watched the series,
Oh, see, I've
and
not seen either. So, what are your thoughts?
the movie is great. I mean, Willow is one of those worlds where it's like plot holes are allowed, period. Like they're allowed.
Okay.
However, the series, it was, yeah, plot holes are allowed. Like I can give benefit of the doubt, whatever. But
Sure.
whoever did the cinematography, and I wish I knew the name, absolutely terrible when it came to the battles. Like there's fighting scenes and they're dark, they're too gloomy, and then it's quick. It's not one cut. It is boom, 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 and it's
Okay.
disorienting. Like
Uh,
it is not good.
uh,
So when you get a chance to watch that, let me know. Or if anybody else who's seen that, let me know what you guys think on the chat. But man,
I believe it was good friend of the show, Patrick O'Brien Ballard, Mr. Ballard. I'll just call him Mr. Ballard from now on. I think he said he actually enjoyed it because it was pretty much just like the movie.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
a lot. You get to see more of the world. The humor, the arcs. You know, it is very Willow-esque.
okay.
It is the cinematography that, man. Oh,
Well,
like those battle scenes are just so bad.
that sucks
I
for
did
me because
not
I'm a
like it.
cinematography guy, as I talked about extensively during our one show with Matt Lindsay.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to that if you want to hear the. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. Go back and
Mm-hmm.
listen to that because I talk about what cinematography means for me in film. It's a lot. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Everything else is good. It's just about like when a battle hits, you're like, oh my god.
That's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby asks, "Where's Ray?" Ray is coming on at 10:30 ish. He's coming on for the second half of the show, per our standard. We usually talk about upfront the news and all that sort of stuff, and then the second half of the show we bring on our special guests. So you have to listen to us talk for a little bit. I'm sorry.
My voice is music. I
Okay.
mean, we know that's a lie, but my voice is music.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on though. Real quick, we'll touch on some winter anime 2023 since we brought it up. I'm just going to bring it up here on the screen for everybody to look at as I go along, and I'll kind of highlight some of the ones that I'm really excited for and that I will be watching, and also the ones that have been hype. Bungo Stray Dogs fourth season. I know people are really hyped for that. I've never watched the series, but I've heard really good things. Buddy Daddies looks really fun. It's silly. It's like a two dad cops that they have their kids on the job at all the time. It looks fun. Um, the campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. That's going to be the trash isekai of the 2023 season, no doubt. Let's see. Inspector season 2. I tried watching the first season. I wasn't into it. Maybe I'll give it another chance. People seem to say it was good, so let's see here. Oh yeah, the dog anime. My Life as Inukai-san's Dog, where
Gosh.
yeah, it's literally a girl that's the dog of the the girl becomes a dog, or the dog becomes a girl, I think is what it is. It's a weird isekai. This one's definitely hype. The Near Automata anime. I'm very excited for that. Was very, very bad at the game and turned it off after the first mission because it made me restart after I got killed by the boss, and I haven't never gone back and played it. But I like the concept, and the anime looks fire. Revenger looks good. That looks like a lot of fun. It's like Berserk esque. I think this Pokemon Aim to Be a Pokemon Master is the one where Ash does all the things that people have been posting about, where he wins the Pokemon League and becomes the true Pokemon Master and all that.
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing about that.
So that'll be cool. Hold on. I feel like I'm missing something already, but maybe not.
Press Octopus says, "Isn't there a zombie one coming out soon?"
That I don't know. Happy birthday, by the way, Brass Octopus. There might be. I've not seen anything about it, but The Way of the House Husband 2. I didn't watch the first one, but I've heard good things. Tokyo Revengers, the Christmas arc. This is season 2. I'm very excited for this. I know Bobby is as well. Really excited for that. Tomo-chan as a girl has been hype. It looks weird as shit. I'm not into it. Trigun Stampede, I'm super hyped for it because I love the OG Trigun. People were kind of not happy with the animation style because it's a bunch of 3D animation, and people were on the fence about 3D animation in general with anime, but I think it looks fantastic. I don't mind the style as long as it's well done, and this definitely looks well done. This one is the one I'm most excited for. Vinland Saga Season 2. First season is one of my favorite animes ever. Love it so much. Very excited for that one. It's a Viking anime, by the way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so the premise is the main character's dad gets killed in front of him, and the guy that kills him takes him under his wing and trains him to, like, kill him. To, like, take out his revenge on him for killing him. So it makes him super strong. It's crazy. Really, really good. Highly recommend. It's on Crunchyroll now. It used to not be, but yeah. So
like
that's the. You should totally watch it if you like Vikings at all. It doesn't even. You don't even have to like Vikings. Just it's a fantastic anime. It's Wit Studio, I believe, did season 1. Somebody vet that. I can't remember. It was either Wit or Mappa. I think it was Wit. I think Wit did Vinland Saga. I get the two confused because they've worked on projects off and on, like on the same projects off and on. So yeah, Tokyo Revengers hype, says Brass Octopus. Hell yeah, totally excited for that one. So yeah, that's anime winter 2023. If I had to say to pick one to watch, it would be Vinland Saga. Go watch the first season if you haven't. That's definitely one I'm most hyped for. Tokyo Revengers and Trigun Stampede are about even on my list after that on the ones I'm hyped for. But I'm definitely gonna watch those. I'm gonna watch Buddy Daddies because it looks fun. And then I'll probably pick up a couple. I usually watch 5 a season or so. Is usually where I fall. Simulcast. Usually simulcast 5 a season. Okay. Moving on. Some sad news, but although looks like he's recovering, Jeremy Renner had the not snowmobile accident, but the snow plow accident.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll wait.
No, I mean, that's all I was going to say. It looks like his leg got crushed and his chest had some problems or something like that, but he's on the road to recovery. It looks like he's going to have a full recovery, as I understand.
Yes, I looked this up, and I'm glad he is okay. I'm going to preface it with that.
Yeah.
That being said, I looked up and like what exactly happened. He got run over by a piston bully snowcat, which is 14,000 pounds, approximately 14,000 pounds.
Okay.
I looked up if you had to have like any like sort of driver license or like, experience or certificate with that. It is considered heavy equipment. So basically, like, my understanding is that he got out, and then either I would say he went to the back and then the back rolled on him. So he didn't brake, or there was no like actually stopping it. Maybe he didn't turn it off. I don't know. The articles that I read didn't say any of that. And so, like, I kind of like lean towards there was negligence. There was negligence on his part
For sure. For
that
sure.
like you're gonna get run over by a
I
snowcat,
think he was
and
going for
then
a Darwin Award, to be honest.
I think that is honestly like I'm glad he is okay, but
Yeah.
I am not congratulating him for hurting himself and being negligent with a fucking huge snowcat. Like,
No.
pull up a picture what it looks like. Look up piston bully snowcat,
Piston
and they are
bully?
massive.
Okay.
They are massive, and John said Hawkeye didn't see that coming.
Got him. Somebody play that.
I got him.
Got him.
I just don't feel bad for him in that regard. I think that, you know, if it was somebody else, if he hurt somebody else other than him, it would be like involuntary manslaughter.
No one should own this. No human should own this.
It's not necessary. Like, just to save your car, like, come on.
Just somebody played it. The hot got him. Good job.
I just don't agree with
It's stupid.
Oh, it's so dumb. Like,
I will say there's been some sad news to start 2023.
Yeah.
What's his name? The founder of Hoonigan and co-founder of DC Shoes. I can't think of his name right now. It escapes me. He passed away during a snowmobile accident. Which he did extreme sports, so like he knew the risk, and it got him finally. Cannot think of his damn name, but rest in peace to him. So that's sad. And then the whole thing, which I know there's not a lot of sports fans in the chat, but Ken Block says Jen. Ken Block, that's the one. That's super sad. He was like 56 or something. Really sad. Dude is a fucking legend and icon in extreme sports and just in general. But yeah, that sucks. And then Damar Hamlin, the Bills safety, suffered cardiac arrest on the field during the Bills Bengals game, just from a normal hit to the chest. Like, it wasn't, there was nothing egregious about it. It was just your everyday like tackle he made, and don't know what's going on there or how it happened or anything yet, but he is fully awake and conscious, and the breathing tube is out, and he's talking and everything like that. So it seems like he didn't suffer any mental issues. So that's great news. But yeah, sad year so far to start off. The drummer for Earth, Wind, and Fire died. Like, god dang, man, what the fuck?
Yep. 6 days in.
Crazy brazy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't the only other thing we were going to touch on though was that Nick Cage is Dracula. Which hell
I've been
yeah.
looking forward to this. But it is absolutely weird, and I am about it. I mean,
please, just put Nick Cage in everything. Fuck it. Who cares?
I mean, honestly, why not? Like, just put him in for
it.
everything, and it's gonna be somehow terribly good.
And so and then the very last thing, Jen, we're saving you for last, is we have a new logo, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen. Cosplay Bay Jen, a recurring guest and great friend of the show, made us this new logo. I've got it up on screen now, and just look how fantastic this thing is. Just
it's beautiful.
Very well done. So go commission Jen to do whatever you want, because, well, at least in this style, because seriously, fantastic job. Definitely go hit her up for some of her work, because she does an absolutely freaking awesome job. So
I'm in love with it.
Yes.
I'm in love with Jen. Jen, I love you.
So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here so we can bring on Ray Coffman again, creator of Araura. We're gonna bring him on and talk about his stuff, and we will be right back.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Now we've got on Ray Coffman. What's up, Ray?
What's up? What's up doing?
Oh, I've known Ray for a while now. I bought his book and read it called Aurora, and I love it a lot. I've got the second issue as well. The third issue's not out yet, right?
Right. I'm
Okay.
hoping to have it out at Lexington Comic in a few months. So,
All right. Well, tell us about Aurora, man.
well, it's basically it's an action adventure story in a fantasy world called Seraph. And Aurora was a kind of like a floating continent or floating archipelago. It kept the peace in the planet. And one night, nobody knows what happened to it. So, and that's why it's people are like, why is Aurora spelled weird? Like, well, it's a place. It's not Aurora Borealis, so it's a
Right.
place.
Right.
So, fast forward 15 years in the story, the world's been without over 15 years, and people are trying to figure out what's going on. In the meantime, and monsters have kind of risen throughout different parts of the world because it's not being watched over, and the people there aren't strong to combat darkness that's responsible for what's happening. So enter Renzia and Naya, the two main characters. The vagabond in his early 20s is kind of good for nothing, kind of like 90s kind of like anime kind of think Kenshin or Jubei Kibagami or something like that, but with a little twist on it. And Aya is the last known Aurora, and she's been found living in a place called Clans. So some bad things happen with this kingdom to try to procure her to safety. She gets in mind to hire Renzia to help her travel through this kingdom. And when they start to travel together, the dog that's been asleep for all these years really gets aggravated and becomes active for some reason. So that's the solve.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely
love it.
get Kenshin vibes from it, and a little bit of Naruto, a little bit of Lord of the Rings. Uh,
There's heavy Lord of the Rings, especially with the world building.
yeah,
One of the things I love in Tolkien's work, and what Peter Jackson took and made her on that, kind of built upon that, was every look, everything in the background, everything has a story. And it's all just like a brick in building this world, one brick at a time.
yeah,
So I love that call everything that's happened at some point. So no fan is like, oh, I really didn't follow up on that, and they did, and I still like the story. I love to follow up on those little things,
yeah.
So that's butter of what this story is built on.
Yeah, and that's what drew me in about it. To be honest, I like the intricacies and the world building, like you said. I mean, I love Tolkien's my favorite writer ever for that very reason. Um, so other than we've talked about this before. I interviewed you, and you said obviously Lord of the Rings was a heavy influence for you, but I know you're a big anime fan, and I know that's a big influence for you as well. Um, what anime in particular gave you the I want to say courage, but the I guess the want to write something like Aurora? What was there, like a particular anime or a project that you're like, damn, I want to write my own shit?
Berserk.
Okay.
Berserk was the there are many. When I was younger, I was really in anime in like middle school and high school. You had to like pay $50 for a VHS tape
Oh yeah.
with like 4 episodes before anybody knew what it was. So
The
I was
bootleg
into stuff
Barney
like
tapes,
the midnight.
boy.
What's that?
I said the bootleg Barney tapes, boy.
Right. Yeah. Well, I've told this many times. The bridge version of it. I think it was 86 or 87, one of the two. There's a little. I'm from Pittsburgh, and then there was a little place on Main Street. It was called Pick Flicker Film Factory. There were two mom pop film stores. Like dad home, because he knew I was into vampires like Dracula and stuff like that when I was a kid. So he brought home a VHS tape, a bad dub with a bad Monster Hunter. And it was Vampire Hunter D's first terrible dub, which I've got of that first movie on my wall back here. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Nice.
And it's so since then I've had this kind of love affair with the style, and the way they tell stories is different. It's like people can mimic like the Japanese animation aesthetic and the animatic, and like it's super popular now. But there's something about the way they tell their stories that is just different. I mean,
Yeah.
and this real jaunt for telling big epic stories. And so, like the mid '90s to late '90s, I kind of call the gold age a lot of times, because you had like Rurouni Kenshin, you had Tenchi Muyo, Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, all these amazing stories that were either ending or just being developed and starting. And then, of course, thousands you had the Shonen boom, of
Yeah.
course, Dragon Ball Z, and all that. I've always just loved they approach storytelling, and with Aurora, it's a lot of those things blender with storytelling aesthetics of like a Lord of the Rings and like Berserk, because I always say Berserk is like if there was like a dark comic book version of the Lord of the Rings that pulled no punches, it would be Berserk.
Okay.
And like it was an influence on me. So yeah. So many Trigun. I'm a huge Trigun fan.
Yeah.
When I was writing originally, one of the two main characters, like for the quirky bits and stuff, I kept going Vash the Stampede. In my was like Vash the Stampede. So it was really cool when we started doing the project for the animated series that we were actually able to cast Johnny Young Bosch to play Renzia. Because I was just like, oh my god, and he's like, so what would you like here? I was like, you've done it before, Johnny. But yeah, it's all those things kind of in a vacuum that I put my spin in. It's I've done panels where people ask me, where I get the ideas for some of the content that I get into and the stories and the relationships and how they work, and I just say, I really don't know. No, just down the clouds and put it on paper, and there it is.
Yeah.
Heavily influenced for sure.
Nice. Well, it's a good segue. You talk about you're animating this now, your Aurora project, and it's taken off, and you've got a lot of talented people working on it. One of my personal favorite voice actors ever, of my favorite anime ever, Steve Blum, is going to be part of your project, and I think that's incredible. But yeah, talk about some of the talent you got working on it with you, and where you're at, where it's what's to come there.
Well, it's wild, because the Steve Bloom thing that was kind of got the project rolling. It was GalaxyCon 2019 Louisville in November. I remember it was before Thanksgiving. I think it was.
Yep.
And Steve Bloom was there that weekend, and I'd met him before, and I gave him a copy of Aurora, and I said, I'm going to be working with you. You're going to be voicing this at some point. Of course, he was like he's like, can't wait to work with you. He's like, he was really cool about being nice. So I went back to him. It just happened to be at the right moment Sunday before his final session. Caught him right as he was coming back, and I talked to him for about 5 minutes, and he goes, yeah, I kind of remember you. Was that was here in Kentucky? And so he started piecing together little details about it. It was like, yeah, it stood out because I check out a little bit of the story, and it really stood out. And so he had me come behind the counter for him while he was signing autographs and walking. I was pitching the character, I was pitching the story, and I remember he was signing this one guy's thing, and handed it back to the guy, and he looked at me, and he was like, this is right in my wheelhouse, and he gave his information, and let's get this rolling. Talk to me and my people on this coming week, and so from there, then COVID happened, of course, right?
Yeah.
After that COVID up, and then everything stopped. Like projects, everything stopped. All kind of had stopped. Pre-production stopped. Everything stopped. And so it was August when I got to record him, and then we got to talk, and he's telling me, how he thought it was a really cool project, how it was different, and everything working on at the time, like the way it was written, and the way the characters felt, and the way the world felt, and he was really excited. Some other people in on the project that he kind of told about the project, and if I would be cool with it, I was like, yes,
Yeah, no
yes,
shit.
absolutely.
That is so cool, dude. Oh my god.
So then, from there we cast Johnny Young Bosch to play Rita. We cast Michelle Ruff as Rukia in Bleach. She's done just a ton of other work. I keep looking over here because you all are here.
Oh, it's all good.
But we'll put y'all over here. Boom, there you are. Hey.
All right.
But and then we've got Richard Epcar going to be in it. He's Bato in Ghost in the Shell, some other stuff. We've got Yuri Lowenthal, who's coming on for season 1. We've got John Eric Bentley, who Barrett in Final Fantasy VII Remake, Austin Lee Matthews, who was in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and just a bunch of people I can't talk about yet. Actually, you were at Cincinnati, weren't you?
Yeah.
When I cast one of the latest people.
Yeah, I want to take a little credit for that because I gave you the idea and I talked to him about it.
Well, it's wild because Ray Chase was there that week. He's super cool. I gave him a copy of Araura, and he messaged me about, I don't know, a month ago. He said it, and but then he messaged me about a month ago because I hadn't talked to him again because I've been really busy with getting this done.
Yeah.
And he messaged me that I wrote the book. Dude, he's like the book 8. He's like, I really wanted the project. And so I was like, you're in, dude. So in from the jump. So really cool working with these because not from just not just fan perspective. Wasn't for these actors portraying these performances, I would have never written this story. Because so to get these people play these characters that they directly were responsible for helping me create without knowing it, has been a dream come true. And our sound guy Eddie Correa, who's really good. He works on CW shows. He's like one of the sound engineers and stuff. He told me he was like this is added to happen. He said you wouldn't have the people you've got on this who are coming to the project if this wasn't going to happen.
That's
literally blown away. We're finishing the pilot much done. This was some ER stuff and some things like that. I've been whipping up a new trailer to kind of show people how far it's come. And it's just me animated, so it's taken forever. Yeah. But I'm hoping we'll start when pitching the pilot around and stuff. We've already got interested just based on who's attached. I can't talk about that, of course. But it's really awesome, and it's been super cool. It's just been a really amazing experience to feel the love from people who have been fans of Araura for a number of years, waiting for me to put out new and for people who are just coming to it because of my YouTube channel or because meeting me at shows and knowing who to it now. And then the people who are attached to it, they're not blowing smoke. You can tell people are just like, oh, it's anime, or oh, I really like the project. Just seeing that love, seeing all those people just really coming around. It's really pretty humble guy, but it's even more humble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been the most amazing experience, and it charges me up even when I don't like doing something that day. It's a lot of long hours, a lot of 3 hours of sleep, But it's been a great experience. It kind of reaffirmed my faith in my own creativity. And I don't know if the people listening or if you all know, artist, a creator, or anything you do, you days where you're like, oh man, nobody cares about this thing. And you get down on yourself, but every day has been like prop up to keep going, working. and it's been just an amazing experience. I feel like we're at the beginning, we're at the very beginning, like walking up to the starting line of this amazing marathon we're getting ready to go on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just, I just feel that's what I've always been wired to do. You know what I mean? Like this particular sport being so. It's awesome, man. I couldn't have done it without the team around me now, without the here at home, without the support of fans and friends, as I call them, because a lot of my friends are fans. Fans became friends, and that whole circle kind of structure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, this is really great. You know,
Well,
and I just
we
go
have
ahead.
we have a little.
I ramble. I'm a story. I ramble. You got to cut me.
It's all good. I was just saying, no, it's amazing, man. But we do have a little clip here that we're gonna show that you're working on. It's you won't be able to see it, Ray, unless you were actually watching the stream. Just so you know.
I've got the stream up.
Okay, good.
Woo.
Well, as long as you have it muted. But yeah, so there's no sound for this, but it's just a little bit of animation that Ray's been working on. So
Go ahead and play the sound.
Play it with the sound.
Yeah, we'll play with the sound. Fine. It's not complete. This I've been putting together.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, play with the sound. That's cool.
Okay. Well, you all may recognize the intro here, the voice.
For centuries, the land of Araura kept watch over the inhabitants of Sereth from the skies above. Powerful, yet peaceful.
Get chills,
the
man.
Aurorans were completely in tune with the spirits, willingly teaching their ways to all who sought enlightenment. However, nothing lasts forever.
So yeah, that's Steve Bloom, you guys. Pretty incredible. Turn it down just a little bit.
Dude,
That's hype,
thrilled
man.
for you.
That's hype. That wind animation, how long did that take you? I feel like it's got to take you a long time.
Actually, I'm really good with movement like that now. What takes us so long, honestly, is the subtle movements back and forth.
Okay.
Actions, there's you do some frames because it's fast.
Yeah.
But the slow shots, motion stuff, that's the toughest.
I feel you. That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Hey, what is the best? Oh, sorry. What is the best way to get a hold of your comic? Are you selling locally, or are you distributing to like local comic stores? Like, what is the best way for us to get it? Because I don't have a copy. So, and I'm sure
the easiest way to get it is on Amazon.com. You can go on there and get it, and you can also go to Amazon.com and order it. And if you order from my website, I actually signed and put some swag in there. That's from like Amazon. I don't have hands on it, obviously, but if you get on Amazon, you see me, I'll be happy to sign it. So
cool. I would love it. And then we'll Dustin, let's put a link for his website.
Yep. Nope. Holding it up now. So.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. I am thrilled for you. I am so excited for this. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna buy a copy. Well, I'm the first and the second book. I am absolutely thrilled for this. That's crazy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a labor of this story started. I wanted to write a novel while in college. This is kind of how it started, and probably I don't know 2009, 2008. Some friends of mine were like, you should draw it as a kid. I was like, I can't draw a comic book. And I learned how to draw a comic book.
Wow.
And it wasn't too bad. So, yeah, it's just something I always wanted to do, and it's really a love letter in a lot of ways to the things I really enjoying. There was a time in my life about 2004, 2005. I had well, you all probably familiar with Lexington, Lansdowne Drive. There's some apartments there. Used to be Cost Creek Apartments, I think, with a pool, and there's like apartments there. My efficiency apartment was right over the pool. It was just like,
hey, what's up, everybody?
With a bathroom. But I felt like drug villains, because beyond the deck over the pool up and my cell phone. But anyway, like that was a really rough time for me because like I was on my own and everything. Every Friday morning, scans went up, and I would go on and I would read them after getting off my third shift job at Walmart before I went down to Hacienda for some burritos and stuff for lunch. I always looked for that every Friday. The scans going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, if I could do that, people like give them something to look forward to, a week or two or month or something. That's what I would want to do.
Nice.
How, you know? So that was kind of where that came from for me.
Wow.
So is that the Indiegogo website, by the way? Is that the one?
That was we did the crowdfunder for some of the
Okay.
audio stuff for the show.
Okay, what's the official website? I will send your Instagram in the chat too, but
Just my name, raycoffman.com.
oh wow, look at you. Sweet, yep, there it is. Okay,
It's this room.
It's
like a big business, but it's just this room.
Sweet. Yeah, I pinned it in the chat as well. I posted it and pinned it in the chat. Definitely go check out Araura, buy it from him. It's definitely worth the money. Very good story, very awesome art. And that's the thing, man. Like I kind of knew about you through people that I knew around Lexington and everything like that. And then I met you and I bought stuff from you art wise way before you did the Araura stuff. So seeing like your style in a book and like in a story, because I already liked your art style anyway, pretty fucking awesome, man. So
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the
Yep. And we got, just so you know, in the chat, Cruel Code said, one of my fave reads easy.
one of my I forgot what I was going to say now. You all are making me feel good. Forever I wanted to go back and redo volume 1. The art quality jump from 1 to 2 was so immense that I was just like I gotta go back and redo it. And that's kind of where the idea for the animated series came from. I was like, well, if I just do a show, that's kind of my way of reworking volume 1.
Wow.
Hey, but seeing you get better at it too is pretty freaking cool. So yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what it was for me. It's like there's a chronicle journey as an artist, you know, in these books.
Yeah.
So if you go back and read the first Berserk, Kentaro was working that book. Is like, you look at like later volumes before he passed. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I still get a little choked up.
It's all good, man. I get it.
Sorry, but like it's almost like you're looking at pages from like a museum spread or something. I mean, it's just like some amazing ink work you could.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you're working on some other stuff other than Araura as well. Can you talk about that real quick before we let you go? And everywhere we can find you and all that good stuff.
Well, right now I'm working on a couple of different projects. I'm working on gothic horror type of comic book. It's like a post-apocalyptic World War III gothic.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, and
I'm excited.
So working on a little animated feature for that as well, like a tie, you know. So that I'm in the works. I'm trying to do a couple of little indie video tie-ins for Araura and for that gothic horror story, and then I got select other projects that I'm getting off the ground 24 and 2020. So we've got a lot of things in the works on the calendar. Working to have Araura one greenlit, like the whole season greenlit.
Yeah.
In full production by this summer. And then once that is handed off to the company, the scripts are written and all that kind of stuff. So once I hand it off, and I'm kind of like overseeing the production or whatever, then I'll be able to jump on some of these other projects that get started. So, but in a couple of novels I want to do. I wrote a horror novel a few years ago called Derelict, The Harbingers of Romeus, which takes place in Harrodsburg.
Nice.
And I've got a follow-up novel just waiting for me that's busy.
Wow.
Well, Ray, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. Like I said, I've known Ray for a while now. Really like his work, always have. And I definitely want to support local artists as well, being from Kentucky myself. And definitely go check out all of his stuff. I pinned his website. Go check out Araura, buy it, read it, send him love on all of his socials. Anything else you want to say, Ray?
Just I appreciate it. I've seen some names in the chat. I know some of y'all from shows, buying books from me, buying art from me. I love the support. Thank all of you much. And all these projects only go forward with the support of everybody. No matter what I might be able to do, I can't do that if people aren't enjoying it. So I love enjoying it. That makes me want to make it, and it makes me just want to produce more. Thank you all so much. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I love doing stuff like this. So.
No problem, man. All right, Ketsorn, anything
Thank
else
you.
before we go?
No, man. Ray, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I am looking forward to reading Araura.
Maybe that can be your Christmas gift from me. Maybe I'll buy it for you and send it to you.
Really, I know you're a fan of the genre, so I can't wait to see.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. I really appreciate everyone stopping by and hanging out with us on chat, and this will be on Spotify and YouTube as well for any of those that may have come in late or missed it. Next week is what is next week? We've got someone planned for next week. Who is it, Kitsoren? Tell me.
I think it is Get Excited Design.
Oh yeah, Get Excited Designs, who I actually met at a con recently at Columbus. So we're gonna have her on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. She's a new artist, so it's gonna be really fun to talk about her and like her entry into the world. And until next time, stay nerdy.